Motherboards are usually the one thing you don't gamble on. Once they're broken, that's it. Most people just toss them and move on. But then I started thinking, what if you could get them for almost nothing? So I went on eBay and picked up 6 broken motherboards for just $10 each. $60 total. At that price, it almost feels too good to be true. But there's a catch. Every single one of these boards has issues. Bent socket pins, BIOS problems, maybe even dead circuits. Basically, they're all one step away from being e-waste. So now I'm stuck with a choice. Did I just waste $60? Or is there actually something worth saving here? And if I can bring any of these back to life, can I turn that into profit? Let's find out. Alright, let's start with the first motherboard. It's Gigabyte B365M. At first glance, it looks completely fine. No burn marks, no broken components, nothing suspicious at all. Honestly, if you just looked at it on the table, you'd think it should work. But the moment I plug it in, nothing. No fan spin, no reaction, just silence. And that kind of silence, it's scary, because usually when a motherboard shows 0 signs of life, it's not a small problem. It's the kind of issue where you start thinking, yeah, this one's dead. Still, I go through the routine. Swap the PSU, nothing. Strip it down completely. No CPU, no RAM, just the bare board. Still nothing. At this point, I'm already mentally preparing to throw it into the dead pile. But something doesn't feel right. I don't know why, but I decide to check it one more time. Slowly, carefully, like I'm afraid I might miss something. And then I see it. One of the USB ports on the back is bent. Not just a little, and enough to look wrong. And when I look closer at the pins inside, they're touching. That's when everything clicks. From what I know, if the 5-volt line on a USB port gets shorted, the power supply will instantly shut down to protect itself. Which means this entire motherboard can look completely dead, even if nothing else is actually broken. So I grab a pair of tweezers, and I go really slow, carefully separating those tiny pins. No force, no rushing, just enough to stop them from touching. Alright, moment of truth. I plug the power back in, press the button. Wait, the fans spin. No way. There's no way it was that simple. This motherboard looked completely dead just a minute ago, and all it took was fixing a tiny short in a USB port. I'm not even gonna lie, that felt like pure luck. I didn't expect to find such a small, fixable issue, and the craziest part? A board like this goes for around $68 on the market, but I'm not celebrating yet. I need to make sure it's actually stable. So I run a few CPU and GPU stress tests, watching closely for crashes, glitches, anything. And nothing. It holds up perfectly. At that moment, I knew, yeah, I just made profit on this one. And honestly, I didn't expect it to be this easy. But now I'm curious, was that just luck? Or is the second motherboard going to surprise me too? Alright, moving on to the second motherboard. It's H81. At first glance, it actually looks cleaner than the first one. The USB ports are intact this time. No bent pins, no obvious shorts like before. But the moment I flip it over, the story completely changes. There's a burn mark right near the VRM, the power delivery area, and one of the components looks like it literally blew up. I still give it a shot. Plug in the power, press the button, nothing happens. No fan, no lights, no response. And at this point, it's pretty clear. This isn't something you can fix quickly. When the power delivery is physically damaged like this, the board is basically gone. So yeah, this one is completely dead, which means hopefully the next one won't be this bad. Alright, moving on to the third motherboard, and this one's interesting because the CPU and RAM are still installed on the board. Looks like the seller just forgot to take them out, which means if even one of these parts still works, this could be a huge win. So I leave everything as is, plug in the power, and try to boot the whole combo. Fans spin up, but there's no display, no signal, nothing. At this point, it could be anything. The board, the CPU, or even the RAM. So I start taking things apart, one by one. I pull out the CPU, and the moment I look at it, yeah, that's not good. There are burn marks on the bottom of the CPU, and when I check the socket, it's the same story. Dark, charred spots. Like something seriously went wrong here. It honestly looks like a tiny explosion happened right inside the socket. And that's where I stop, because if both the CPU and the motherboard show physical burn damage like this, I'm not risking testing them any further. This kind of failure can easily take out other working parts. So yeah, at this point, I'm calling it. The board is dead. The CPU is dead, which leaves me with one last bit of hope, the RAM. Visually, it looks completely fine. No burn marks, no corrosion, nothing suspicious. So I take it out, drop it into a known working system, power on, and it posts. No errors, no issues. It just works. Okay, that's actually a relief. So out of this entire combo, the only thing that survived is the RAM. Not exactly the jackpot I was hoping for, but hey, I'll take it. Alright, moving on to the fourth motherboard. This H310CM actually looks pretty clean. No burn marks, no corrosion, nothing that suggests it's broken. So yeah, I was feeling pretty confident. I install a stick of RAM, power it on, fan spin, but no display, just a black screen. At first I thought, here we go again, another dead board. But then I noticed something strange. The system keeps power cycling every few seconds like it's trying to train the memory, and failing. So I reset the BIOS, pulled the CMOS battery, waited a minute, then tried again. This time, it stops rebooting, but still, no display. Now I'm starting to lose hope. Just to be sure, I moved the RAM to the second slot. Power on? And there it is. Display output. That moment. Huge relief. Clearly something's wrong with the first RAM slot, but I wanted to know why. So I take out the CPU, look inside the socket, and yeah, there it is. One of the pins is completely gone, snapped off, and with these Intel boards, missing a pin doesn't always kill the board, as long as it's not a critical one. So now it all makes sense. The first RAM slot is basically dead because of that broken pin, which means the motherboard still works. Just not perfectly. Only one RAM slot is usable. Honestly, for the price I paid, I'm not complaining. But if you ever run into something like this, always test each RAM slot individually, because if one slot is dead and you use both, there's a high chance the whole system just won't boot at all. Alright, moving on to the fifth motherboard. At first glance it looks fine. No visible damage, no warping, nothing suspicious. But the moment I plug it in and hit the power, nothing, completely dead. So I take a closer look, especially around the CPU power connector. And yeah, there it is. The plastic around the connector is slightly melted, even inside the pins. That's not something you see every day. This usually happens when the connection isn't solid. Maybe a loose cable, maybe a weak PSU, or pushing a high-power CPU on a board that wasn't designed for it. And it gets worse. The VRM area is discolored, like it's been overheating for a long time. That tells me one thing. This board has been under heavy stress for a very long time. And that's dangerous, because even if I try to fix it, the other components are already weakened. It won't last. At this point, there's really nothing left to do. This isn't a small issue. It's physical damage and it's too far gone. So yeah, this one is completely dead. And honestly, this kind of failure doesn't happen overnight. It builds up slowly until one day, it just stops. Alright, moving on to the last motherboard. And this one is something else. A Gigabyte Z170X. Back when it launched, this was a high-end board, easily over $200. Definitely not something cheap. Condition-wise, it's not new, but still looks clean. No cracks, no major scratches, nothing that suggests it's dead. So I install a CPU, plug everything in, and power it on. Nothing. No lights, no fan spin, just silence. I swap to another PSU just to be sure. The power supply works fine on another system. But on this board, still nothing. At this point, a few possibilities come to mind. Dead BIOS chip, short on the PCB, failed VRM/power phase, corrupted firmware, or worst case, internal damage inside the board. None of these are easy fixes. I try a few quick checks, but still no response. So yeah, I had to call it. With no signs of life, it's almost impossible to diagnose without proper tools. And honestly, it's not worth going further. So this one, I'm skipping. After going through all 6 boards, the result is pretty clear. Not everything can be saved, but not everything is trash either. Out of $60, I managed to bring one board fully back to life, recover some usable parts, and learn a lot from the failures. And honestly, that's what makes this worth it. Buying broken hardware isn't just a gamble. It's a test of patience, knowledge, and a bit of luck. Would I do it again? Probably, but next time, I'll be ready for anything.